Welcome to another Edit With Me video. In this video I'm going to be sharing my process and show just how little I actually do change. And at the end there's a bonus tip, so stick around. Okay guys, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So this image was slightly underexposed. I always shoot slightly underexposed anyway, so let's change a few sliders and see what we can do with this image. Now, Lightroom Mobile is set out so that there is a very simple kind of process. If you work through them strategically, you'll get a finished article. With my images, I always like to brighten but keep some contrast. So these changes are very, very small. I don't go overboard. So let's bring up the exposure. We'll only take it up by about 1. We don't want to go too far. I think that will just about do it. Next, we'll work on the contrast. We'll just add a little bit. We won't go overboard yet again. Maybe 23. Now, in the next 4 sliders, the shadow, the highlights, the whites and the blacks, will create our own contrast. So I think what we'll do, we'll drop the highlights quite a bit. We'll probably drop those about 19. Then we'll bring up the shadows, probably quite a bit, because I like to try and bring out some of the details in the feathers. So I would say about 60, I think. Then, because we dropped the highlights, we'll bring back using the white slider, and we'll probably take that to about 31. Lastly, in the black slider, I think we'll just drop it a little tiny bit just to add a bit more of the contrast back. Probably about 10, I think. Okay, I think it's looking okay so far. This is the before, and this is the after. Next, let's get into the color slider. Now, I won't be changing too much in this section. The color's quite close to what it was on the day. We'll just add maybe +3 of warmth. In the vibrancy section, I think this is a little bit too vibrant at the moment, so we're going to take it down a little tiny bit. It won't be very much, maybe, I don't know, I think we'll go for about 6. And then lastly, we'll add a little bit of saturation just to give it a little pop, maybe +4. So again, here's the before and here's the after. The next icon is the blur button, but to be honest, this one has perfect background. I don't really feel it needs any of the blur being used. Okay, so now we're in the effects panel. In the effects panel, I feel like we don't need very much being done. I think we'll just add a little tiny bit of clarity, maybe +6, +8 maybe. Then in the last part of it, we'll change the vignette and we'll probably drop that by about 5. Then next we have the detail section. I don't always add noise reduction, but in this image I feel like it needs just a little bit, so we'll just give it about a +10. And because we've added +10 of noise reduction, we'll add +10 of sharpening. It's looking quite good. Yep, I think that's about right. So this is the before and this is the after. Okay, so now we're going to go in and we're going to use a couple of masks. What we'll do, I might only need one. I'm going to select the subject because I don't like selecting the background. Oddly, I don't find it does as good a job as selecting the actual subject and then inverting the mask. The reason we're going to do this is so that we can bring out the subject. We'll drop some of the kind of brightness of the background just to pull out the subject. So we'll drop the exposure just a little bit to 0.26. Then in the color section, we'll probably add a little tiny bit more warmth. Maybe +7, I think will do it. Then just to make the background even softer, we'll make a couple of quick changes in the effects panel. We'll drop the texture slider by about 40. We'll also drop the clarity to soften the background a little bit more. We'll probably do that to 25. And then lastly, in this section, we'll just take away some of the dehaze. So in fact, we're putting haze back. So we'll take that to about 25. So as you can tell, using masks really can help you to make your subject pop out. So far, this is the before and this is the after. Okay, now we're going to change a few of the colors in the color mixer panel. We don't need to change too many. Not all of the colors in the mixer panel are in this image. So let's start with the green color. We'll change a few settings in here. We'll bring the saturation down maybe 3, and then we'll change the luminance and we'll probably drop that by about 5. We'll then select the yellow and we'll change the hue to -2. I'm a poet, don't know it. We'll change the saturation to -18. I think that would be about right. And then the luminance will bring it up to about +5. Once again, this is the before and this is the after. Now, I always leave this to the final part, but now I'm going to crop the image to best fit how I would like the image to feel, kind of thing. This, to me, needs to be, as he's looking from the right towards the left, he needs to be on the right hand side. So that's the finished image. Hope you like it. And if you turn your phone to the one side, you can have a look at the before and after in a little bit more detail. So this is the finished image, and this is your before, after, and before. Lastly, my bonus tip is, if ever you want to make any subject stand out, make sure that you're using masks. You can darken the background to make your subject pop out. It's such a simple thing, but it really does make your images. Hope that helps. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you like the video even more and you want to see more, please subscribe. Again, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Have a great day. Take care.